There is a time and a place to comment on a pro golfer's shot. That time and place depend on the event and the weight of the situation. For starters, we can eliminate the Masters altogether. If you're lucky enough to attend, just keep your mouth shut and applaud at a respectable volume. They don't allow any nonsense there, so you don't want to push your luck and get banned from the toughest sporting event to attend. At the other end of the spectrum is the Waste Management Open. As long as you're not yelling in someone's backswing and keeping it PG, you can yell whatever you want here, but you still want to be creative and add to the fun of the situation. Not bring down other fans and especially not the pro golfer you're following. Use this cheerful guide to become a great heckler at a golf tournament where the goal is to add bubbles to the champagne without shaking the bottle. Let's start with the golden rule of chirping: timing. Never yell during a player's pre-shot routine or swing. Focus on the safe windows as players walk off a tee box, after everyone is hit, while they stroll up the fairway, when they're leaving a green, during long delays where sound isn't a distraction. Always keep an eye on the marshals or volunteers. If they raise the quiet sign, your comedy set is over. Just smile, nod, and go mute. Another tip is to roast the moment, not the person. Aim at the situation, the wind, the slope, the outrageous length of the rough, your own golf game. Never at a player's appearance or personal life or nationality or anything below the belt. Keep it family friendly. If you wouldn't say it in front of a kindergartner or your grandmother's bridge club, it stays in your head. Punch up with admiration. Think clever cheerleading with playful one-liners that land softly. Treat your heckles like truffle oil. Use them sparingly. Here are some examples. After a perfectly shaped shot, hey, Michelangelo couldn't carve it better. From the thick rough, welcome back to civilization. Or use self-deprecating lines that are more general. I'd frame that divot and call it modern art. Or, I tried that shot once. The ball is still missing, and so is my self-esteem. You can never go wrong with puns because this is golf and puns are legal tender. Hey, talk about greens literacy. Or, that's a fade my barber can't match. There's also respectful recovery humor. After a miss, you're not mocking the mistake, you're giving a soft landing. Something like, hey, that happens to the best, which obviously includes you. Or, nice leave, perfect angle for the highlight reel. Incorporate some local flavor. If an event leans into local culture, fold it in lightly. At the Waste Management Open, you could say, friendly reminder, this is the calmest voice I own. If you're in Scotland, you could say, proper links golf, the ball travels and the soul follows. Or in Texas, that one needed its own zip code, y'all. If you're younger, you can incorporate some current slang. Nice lag, 10 out of 10 would two-putt again. Or, hey, welcome to the group chat. Or, this man is obviously pro accuracy. If you're older, you can always rely on the classic golf commentator voice. Stay low volume and far from the ball, but it's a fun group bit. Here we see elite tempo, often found in its natural habitat, the fairway. Or, he's consulted the caddy. Confirmed, gravity still works. Remember to be a part of the gallery ecosystem and don't try to work against it. Read the marshals. If they're calm, you're calm. If they're stern, you're silent. Don't crowd ropes, sprint for positions, or cut lines. Offer water to neighbors, share shade, be the gallery pal everyone wants. If a player engages, which they occasionally do, reply with humility. If the player says something like, oh, I didn't think that would hold, you could say, the green underestimated you. It happens. If the player says, oh, where were you aiming? You could say, I'm still aiming for my 7-iron to go 170. If the event serves alcohol and you choose to imbibe, think sips, not sagas. The line between witty and wobbly is thinner than the top line of a Mizuno 3-iron. You can lean into team events. Ryder, Presidents, Solheim Cup energy can be rowdier, but still classy. Keep it pro-national, not anti-opponent. Praise great shots from either side. True fans applaud quality. A great heckler knows the art of the graceful exit. If your joke flops, own it with a follow-up quip like, tough crowd, or I'll workshop that one in the parking lot. If a marshal glares, respond with a thumbs up and go silent. You're a considerate comedian. You can work on your material during practice rounds. This is where levity lives. Players are looser, so a quip or two is more likely to be welcomed. Here are a couple of advanced level chirps for connoisseurs. Be sure to pick your time accordingly as they will only land in the right situation and the right audience. Something like, excellent use of the 12-degree launch window, Sir Euclid, or ball meets face, takes flight, fairway nods in quiet awe, golf briefly makes sense. Use those positive chants for late day drama. Hey, trust that read as they leave the green, or commit to it between tee and fairway. Your volume should be coffee shop, not concert. You can use clapping as communication. Clapping can say, hey, great effort, even when the result is so-so. Players notice. Golf galleries are the only crowd that can clap supportively confused, and it still comes off charming. Comments don't always need to be directed at the players. You can compliment the volunteers as well for a laugh. Something like, you're the real MVPs today, gets more smiles than any zinger. Use social media for good. Don't post unflattering close-ups or caught on the mic grumbles. You're a fan, not paparazzi. Always share the joy with shots of sunsets or surrounding smiles. Be sure you zip it when the players reset. Frustration is human. Your job is to reduce pressure, not add to it. After the moment passes, a soft, you got this, works wonders. Here's a quick list of no-nos. Never make mid-swing noises, camera clicks, or move in sightlines. Don't use profanity, slurs, or personal remarks, or references to past controversies. No air horns, no mashed potatoes. All right, it's been done. Here's a final sampler platter of some clean, timing-safe chirps. Hey, that's center cut. Even my toast is jealous. Ball flight so pretty, airlines are nervous. Line plus pace equals face. You did the math. That wedge had more zip than my morning coffee. Elite tempo. Put it on a metronome. Your caddy's smile says it all. Respectful heckling in golf is less jeer and more gentle jester. You're adding levity, not volume. Craft, not chaos. If your comment helps a stranger smile, a pro smirk, or a tense fairway loosen by a millimeter, you've done it right. Think of yourself as an unpaid atmosphere engineer with a very small, very tasteful fog machine. Do this well, and you'll leave the course with your voice intact, your conscience clear, and at least 3 people telling you, you were the best part of my day, which, let's be honest, that's the right leaderboard that you want to be on. Thanks for watching. I'm Clint McCormick, resident golf professional here at Golfspan.com.